Guys, with your Pittsburgh Steelers, things are just getting wilder and crazier by the moment, by the day. Lots to cover in this video. I'm going to cover a little piece on your ownership possibly being so frustrated that they left the game early. Mike Tomlin possibly going to another team as soon as next year. More on that. And also some key injuries coming into this game against the Baltimore Ravens. And also, you guys made a key roster position at a huge position of need. I'm going to get to all that, but first, let's get to the nonsense regarding team owner Art Rooney II. This was mostly put forth by Andrew Filipponi on 93.7 The Fan. He lent a lot of credence to the notion that Rooney, he was so frustrated with the game that him and some of the other ownership departed the game early. Once again, he stated it as a rumor, but this kind of shows what's going on with this team right now. All this stuff swirling. The fact that this is even presented as a story is crazy. This is straight from Filipponi. Someone didn't send me a picture of him leaving the stadium. I don't know now for sure if he heard the way that fans were sounding or if he just hated how the game was going, couldn't bring himself to watch it through. Maybe that prompted his exit. This has actually made the team formally respond. The Pittsburgh Steelers have formally shut down the report suggesting that owner Art Rooney II left the team's Week 13 loss to the Bills at Acrisure before the game actually finished. And this is from the team's Senior Director of Communications, Bill Loughton. He sent a post on X. My sources, which includes myself and every media outlet, coach and player that saw him walk through the post-game locker room, can confirm he didn't leave the game early. This is patently false, and this is just what's going on. You guys are still tied for first place in your division, and you guys are going absolutely crazy, grasping at every single rumor, thinking that the sky is falling. Take care of the Ravens. You control your own destiny. You guys are going to be completely fine. Mike Tomlin does this every year when his back is up against the wall. Win this game, win the division, get into the playoffs, and see what happens with a healthy Aaron Rodgers at that point. Everybody needs to chill here. And now we're talking about another Pittsburgh Steelers star dealing with an injury as you head into Week 14. There's some injury news on outside linebacker TJ Watt. He was listed as a non-participant in the last practice on this first injury report of the week with a toe injury. And how that injury happened, it's thought that he got it when tight end Dawson Knox during the Buffalo game inadvertently stepped on his foot. Toe injuries can be a little tricky. Let's hope that it's not a severe one. Bump the computer there. Sorry, you guys. This isn't a professional studio, apparently. But too early to tell whether Watt's availability is going to be affected, but I did want to make you aware of that. And we're talking through 12 games this season, 3-year, $123 million deal right before training camp. He's had 7 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, an interception to go along with 39 total pressures. If he's not available for this game, it's definitely going to be felt. Now, we're also not sure about Patrick Queen being available for this game as well. But if Watt isn't here, definitely Herbig. He would have a bigger role. 24 years old. He's had 6.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles this season, but he's only played 29 defensive snaps in this last game, and that's because Alex Highsmith returned from his 2-week absence with the pec injury. You're also looking at rookie 4th-rounder Jack Sawyer. He'd be in line for more reps if this happened. Let's hope it doesn't happen. And yeah, he's performed well in his limited playing time. But this kind of gets to, we're talking about linebackers, this kind of gets to what the Pittsburgh Steelers just did, and they just added a reinforcement to their linebacking group following another injury, and that's Patrick Queen has that glute injury. He is unsure of whether he's going to be playing for this game, and this is your green dot. So it's really important that Patrick Queen is able to play, and also you have that rivalry going on the extra because he's a former Baltimore Raven. So this glute contusion. It forced him to miss the remainder of the game against the Bills, and now this injury just continues to haunt him. He is unsure to play. So what did the Steelers do? They signed former USC star linebacker Kanai Mauga to their practice squad. Mauga, that's a funny last name, but the 24-year-old is in his fourth season. He's a former NCAA standout. Let's kind of go into who he was at USC. 4-year player, 3-year starter, 206 total tackles, 105 solo tackles, 6 passes defended, 5 sacks, 3 picks, and a forced fumble, and that's over 4 years at USC. He was a really good player, wasn't drafted. So then what happened? He went undrafted in 22 as a 21-year-old, and then his first action came with the Denver Broncos. They signed him in 2022 as a UDFA. He didn't really catch on there. He didn't make the roster. So then he joined the Raiders, and this is where he got some significant playing time. He played in 17 games between 23 and 24, 12 games during the 24 campaign, and 6 total tackles. He hasn't made a huge impact. Then he was with the LA Chargers for part of this season, was just released. So what's his potential impact? Of course, he's going to be a depth signing. And also, I think he could provide a little spark, at least if it's even coming from the practice squad, help them get prepared for games. And the way the linebacker room is looking like a MASH unit, much needed depth, because Queen, his status is in doubt. I doubt he's going to get activated for this game, talking about Mauga, but he can give the team some reps in practice, and on the scout team. This will still be a valuable player, but he doesn't really move the needle as far as this upcoming game. It might kind of say something about that. The Steelers are doubtful about Patrick Queen's status, because many times when teams think a player is going to miss the game, what do you see? You see a depth piece, a depth signing brought onto the practice squad at that given position. It's kind of looks like that's what's happening here. Really hope Patrick Queen can play for you guys. So now let's get to Tomlin. This is a rumor that's been perpetuated by none other than Ben Roethlisberger. He is sounding like he thinks Mike Tomlin should be leaving the team, that it's time to clean house. Let's hear straight from what Roethlisberger said on his podcast. Maybe it's clean house time. Maybe it's time. I like Coach Tomlin. I have a ton of respect for Coach Tomlin, but maybe it's best for him too. Maybe a fresh start for him is what's best. Whether that's in the pros, maybe go to Penn State and be their head coach. You know what he would do in Penn State? He would probably win national championships. Mike Tomlin, he's not doubting that people should be frustrated. This is what he had to say. Man, I share their frustration tonight. We didn't do enough. That's just the reality of it. And in general, I agree with fans. From this perspective, football is our game. We're in the sports entertainment business. And so if you root for the Steelers, entertaining them is winning, right? So when you're not winning, it's not entertaining. And if you've been in this business, you understand that. And so I respect it. I share frustrations. I understand what makes this thing go, and winning is what makes these things go. You guys, you are starting to run your head coach out the door. Once again, you guys know this. 18 straight non-losing campaigns, ranks number 11 all-time in head coach victories, and 189 wins. I get it. You're not winning championships, but take it from so many fans of so many teams. So many teams would kill to be a part of 18 straight non-losing seasons in the playoffs every single year, even if you lost in the first round. But I totally get the frustration. The Steelers mantra, right? The Steelers bedrock is winning championships, and you guys aren't doing it. And you see a coach just almost getting you to the precipice, and he can't seem to get over it. I understand the frustration, but look at it from a Bears fan's point of view. That's who I am. It's like we fired Lovie Smith after a 10-win season. He was a successful coach for us. He had gotten us to the Super Bowl, but he wasn't like doing what the fan base wanted. He wasn't bringing us to another one. So what did we do? We fired him. And it's taken us 20 years to get the coaching decision right after that. So many head coaches, so many quarterbacks. So be really careful what you wish for. Getting rid of a potentially Hall of Fame coach, you might not like what you get in return. I'm just saying that. But it looks like the Steelers, if they can't get this together, you guys might be looking at a potential partial rebuild. Is Mike Tomlin the right coach to be there for a rebuild? I don't know the answers to that. I'm just throwing it out there. I think him going to a college program is absolute nonsense, because this is what he had to say way back in 2021. That will be the last time I address it. People are calling for his job in 21. Big surprise. Not only today, but moving forward. Never say never, but never, okay? Anybody else got any questions about any college jobs? There's not a booster with a big enough blank check for me to do that. You guys, I think you're crazy for talking about getting ready for your coach right now. Let the season play out. Stop with the rumors. Focus on this game moving forward. Aaron Rodgers will provide a steady hand, even though if one of them is broken. I don't like the way that he's talking about your receivers. That's a flaw of his. But yeah, you guys have a great coach. He always rights the ship. Win this game against Baltimore, and you're good. Everything changes. The narrative changes. I'll continue to be here on the daily to walk through all of these rumors that are coming up that are absolute nonsense. And also, I'll give you hard news as far as what's going on and what to expect coming into this game. You guys are awesome. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.